Yo, what's up, YouTube? So we back at it once again with a brand new video. And as you guys see, the title of this particular video is why you should buy real estate during high rate times or high interest rates times. Now, before y'all get into me in the comments, I have been in the real estate business for over 7+ years, right? And with my experience in the real estate business, I've noticed a lot of trends that a lot of people really don't talk about and a lot of people really don't speak on. Check out to Miami View. Number one, oftentimes, when rates are at an all-time high and people are kind of a little scared to take out loans, get mortgages because of the rates being high, a lot of people don't want to pay a lot of money or a certain amount of money to buy anything. So it makes a lot of people scared. Now, what does that do for the market? So in retrospect, for the market, when people are scared to buy and scared to take out loans because the interest rates are high, properties tend to sit, which is what's happening right now in the United States, right? So if you are in a position to buy property, whether it's cash or buy property while getting a loan, a lot of times those properties that are sitting, whether they're luxury properties, whether they're for investment properties, a lot of times those people will consider your offer, your first offer, or even let's say, if they even hit you with a counter offer and show their hand, you will be able to literally figure out and you will be able to figure out the right price point to buy the property at a low ball price. Because the problem is right now, so during times like these where, interest rates are super high, people are always in the mood to try to sell. They want to sell real estate. So with them trying to sell real estate and always being in a rush, because a lot of people, when they get ready to sell their home, depending on your situation, a lot of people tend to be a little desperate and they kind of need the money. So during a time where, it's high interest rates, a lot of people are not buying at the moment, it's a perfect way to negotiate and get a great deal on property of any kind. So that's why I strictly advise a lot of my clients, especially those, who are typically scared. A lot of people, they want to wait till, I'm going to wait till the interest rates go low. I'm going to wait till the interest rates go back to 2%. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. The whole 2%, 3% ordeal that we went through back in 2020, that's actually not normal. And you probably won't see nothing like that for another 10 to 15 years. The regular interest rate, even before COVID, was around 6 to 10%. I know people back in the 1950s and 60s were getting their mortgages at 13, 20%. So a lot of y'all, who are complaining about, 5%, 7% interest rate, and you waiting on a 2%, 3%, good luck with that. Most likely it's not happening. And I'm just giving you guys the real. It's not happening. But what you can do is you guys can take advantage. Because honestly, and this is honestly how I feel about loans too, and interest rates and this, that, and the third. The interest rate doesn't matter if you can actually afford to pay your monthly bill every month. Now, when you guys get stuck into the loans and you're just strictly paying interest only and not actually making the principal payment, then that's an issue. But if, let's say, you're going to buy a house and you plan to be in this house for 30 years and you're not a mover like somebody like myself is, it really shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter what the interest rate is, because as long as you pay your bills on time and you are paying every month throughout the whole term, whether it's a 15-year term or a 30-year term, you're going to be fine and your house is going to get paid off eventually anyway. So it's in a lot of you guys' best interest to take advantage, especially because a lot of people, they want great deals on real estate. A lot of investors want great deals on real estate. A lot of people who are buying homes want great deals on real estate. This is how you do it. You look at the market, analyze the market where rates are at an all-time high and people are scared to buy, and you take advantage. I mean, if you have to get a loan, get a loan. If you have to, do what you got to do, get, high limit credit cards. This is the time where a lot of people are pretty much scared to take out capital and borrow capital. So if you have access to capital, especially if you got cash is always king at the end of the day. But if you're able to offer, a low ball offer or a decent offer and the seller is desperate, especially in a time like this, you will win the deal every time. And then let's say when things come back around and interest rates are low, that's when you should sell. Because when the interest rates are lower, that intrigues more people to go out and get mortgages, go out and get other loans and whatnot. So if you guys, hopefully you guys catch my drift on what I'm trying to say. But basically, how I advise a lot of my clients nowadays: buy when interest rates are at an all-time high, sell when interest rates are at an all-time low. Because just think, a lot of people, and then don't get me wrong, now when interest rates are low, there are periods like COVID where people are able to take advantage of low interest rates, buy properties, and then come back around, a couple years later. Like now, when you sell, you can sell for max profit. But the problem is that, a couple years later down the line, 5 years later from COVID, properties are just sitting right now. It's really hard for a lot of stuff to sell right now. So, to each his own with that. But that's what I highly recommend for, a lot of my clients. If any of you guys that need real estate advice, real estate coaching, or you guys just want to simply help you guys do a deal, whether it's commercial, residential, industrial, whatever, hit me up. My contact information is in the description below. I'm posting new content every week. I told you guys I'm going all in, so we back at it with the content. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, and yeah, we at it. See, now, a lot of y'all thought the video was over, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be somebody that gets in my comment section talking about, yo, we got high interest rates and we want to refinance and buy down our rates. What should we do with that? So I'm going to tell you guys what to do with that, because I know it's going to be that one smart comment in this comment section. It's going to be like, yo, what about refinancing? Guys, when you guys get mortgages at a high interest rate, or even credit cards at a high interest rates, whenever interest rates tend to drop, particularly whenever you do your research and you see that it's a good time to refinance, that's when you should refinance. But there's times where interest rates are low and it still doesn't make sense for you to refinance. Honestly, it just depends on the situation that you're in at the current given time. I know plenty of people who bought during COVID, and right now it's not necessarily a good time to refinance because of how their credit and what their history was and their credit and their financial profile was at that particular time. So everybody's situation is different, but make sure you like, subscribe, share, and we out.